Hey, what's up, everybody? We're going to be looking at why New World is going back to beta. I played this game a lot. I actually enjoyed it until, like, the end game, and just, like, honestly, like, later on, it was, like, they never really, like, went deeper into the game, so it kind of got boring for me. But I actually thought this was actually going to be a decent MMO, but it's just not. But, you know, maybe it'll be better if they're going back in a beta or something. You know, that's always the hope, I guess, right? But yeah, let's watch this video. It's by Baggins TV, and let's check it out.
For those of you who haven't heard, New World is going to have an open beta that runs for 3 days, starting on Friday the 13th of September and ending on Monday the 16th of this same month. Now, this is a pretty bizarre piece of information because I'm sure the majority of you who click through to this video will remember that New World fully released on September 28th, 2021. Almost 3
Yeah, but why is it just going into beta for 3 days? Like, that makes no sense.
years ago from this upcoming open beta date. The explanation or justification from Amazon on how New World can have both a closed and open beta 3 years after its release is that this is a beta for New World Eternum. And as Amazon put it themselves on the New World website, New World Eternum is an action RPG that's going to be released on October 15th for PC, Xbox, and PS5.
So this is like New World 2.
So in this video, I'm going to endeavor to explain exactly what the heck New World Eternum is, why it's having an open beta, and hopefully clear up some of the confusing messaging from Amazon Games. But first, a quick word from this video's sponsor. I'm excited to announce that a huge passion project of mine, the Second Breakfast Club, is going live on September 12th. The Second Breakfast Club is all about bringing Hobbity values home and celebrating the simple things. Why not wake up to one of our single roast coffees, sourced directly from fair trade cooperatives and expertly roasted just for us by our artisan partners in Norfolk? Maybe even end the day with our delicious all-butter shortbread, made to our very own Second Breakfast Club recipe, developed with and baked by an award-winning team in Yorkshire. They're the perfect pre-combat buff and open-world exploration snack. And for the fashionable, hairy-footed folk amongst you, check out our club member hoodies. Featuring our adventurer's cloak design, they're soft, breathable, and made from a blend of sustainable cottons and recycled polyester. The extra deep front pocket is perfect for hiding rings of power from your enemies. The Second Breakfast Club ships internationally, and visiting it is a great way to
The Elden Ring, not the Elden Ring,
the channel and keep the content
Lord of the
coming.
Rings
So
reference
click or tap the link
interesting.
in the description down below
Out of
to
nowhere.
visit secondbreakfastclub.com. Now, back to the video. As we mentioned in the intro of this video, there's a good amount of confusion on what exactly New World Eternum is. Some articles out there claim that it is an action RPG reboot of the game, or a re-release of the MMO we played back in 2021. Even the official marketing at Summer Games Fest would have you believe that New World Eternum is a completely separate game from what it is now.
Yeah,
that's right. New World Eternum will launch on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on October 15th. And now you can play the game start to finish as a solo player or play co-op and use crossplay as well.
Now, technically, some of
that doesn't sound like an MMO though. If it's co-op, like that it might just be an action RPG co-op then.
Is being said is true. You can play New World Eternum solo, but you can also play the current version of the game solo as well. Since early 2022, it's been possible to play through the entire main storyline without needing to jump into a group. The quests in the story where you would need to complete an expedition, basically New World's equivalent of a group dungeon, those have been given a solo alternative. And other parts of the story where you would need to group up and take down a boss have been replaced with these soul trials. They're basically a solo boss encounter. So if the game in its current state can already be played solo or co-op, what else is new in New World Eternum? Well, Amazon have stated that they're also adding a new 10-player raid with 3 different bosses.
Okay, but wait, so it has to be an ARPG then. I don't know, this is making zero sense, because like raids are like an MMO thing. That's not an RPG thing. Dungeons are an RPG and an MMO thing, but raids are not. Like, I don't know, I guess Destiny 2 has raids. But like, but like that's not a raid though. Like a raid, I don't know. I'm trying to think. and a PvP zone. So then it is open. Then it's not co-op. It's going to be like an open world. Like that's so confusing. Because why would you need a PvP zone if it's a co-op game? Like, I'd understand if you could turn on and off PvP, but a PvP zone in a co-op game makes zero sense.
PvP zone or lawless area, repeatable endgame solo boss fights. These are basically those soul trials that we just talked about, but scaled up to max level. There's also going to be a gear score increase to 725, and they're finally adding swimming into the game. Now, if you're thinking, Baggins, well, this just sounds like an update to New World, as
literally,
opposed to a brand new game. Well, my friend, you would be right. New World Eternum, in its simplest form, is just another update for New World. If you
okay.
you own a copy of New World on Steam, you'll be able to download the update on the 15th of October and play New World Eternum.
Should we play New World? Should I go back? Like, I have a maxed out character. Maybe I should try it.
The existing servers aren't going to be wiped clean, so you can continue to play on your old character if you want, but Amazon is also going to be adding new fresh start servers for those of you who want to level up from scratch and not be behind everyone else on the server. These servers are transfer locked, meaning older legacy characters cannot transfer into them, so all progress that's made on the server is equal.
They really need to do a graphic update. Oh, there's Asmongold. Oh my god, guys. No, they need to do a graphic update, though, dude. This shit looks so bad.
Nobody starts with any extra gold, resources, control of the map, etc. So this begs the question, why are Amazon doing this? Why such a weird messaging around New World Eternum? Why not basically describe it as an expansion or another update? Well, I think the simplest answer to this question is marketing. The biggest thing about New World Eternum from Amazon's perspective is it'll be available for purchase on Xbox and PS5. Right now, they're selling pre-orders at $60 or the deluxe edition, which includes a few extra skins and stuff, for $80. There will be some data that Amazon is looking at that suggests action RPGs is a more saleable genre for a game on console than MMORPG. So they're leaning into this with the marketing.
Yeah, that's true.
Telling players that you can play it solo or co-op. And by adding Eternum to the end of the game title, it also presents New World as a different game from the one you may have heard of that came out in 2021, a game that was riddled with bugs, lacked content, and most players sadly quit within the first few months of its release.
So basically, you know those fresh start servers they do, and they're doing again? They're basically just said, hey guys, why don't we just do that with the whole game? Oh my god.
So that's where the majority of people are who kept following this game into 2023 and 2024. Their viewpoint, which is reflected in the Steam reviews, posts on their tweets, comments on their YouTube videos, is that New World Eternum is effectively a money grab. Amazon are planning to drop the game on console and then sunset the game shortly afterwards, basically.
I could believe that, but like I also don't know, because it's like, I think that's just the plan if it goes badly. Because, like, obviously, if the game goes good, like, it does well, then they're not going to cancel a game that's making them money. Like, I think this is just probably what happened, realistically, in negotiations between the New World dev team and Amazon was like, hey, Amazon was like, we need to cancel this game. It's not making us enough money for how much the servers cost and etc., you know, cost of service. And then New World devs were probably like, well, hey, what if we try introducing this to console as a new game, do all these new updates that people have been wanting, do this big update, and then if it works, we can keep doing it. If not, then we sunset the game. And then Amazon must have thought that it was a good idea, or that at least the game had some potential in this new update if they're doing this, I would assume, because it's all about the money.
You're taking devs' resources off the game with the plan to shut it down in the next year or so. Now, in my opinion, I've never...
Well, you have to. It's an MMO. Like, if it's not making any money, it's costing you service space, and it's just the cost of keeping it up. Like, if you're not even making enough money to, like, keep the service running, let alone making a profit, you just can't keep a like product or a game, whatever you want to call it, running. It's just not how It's just not how business works.
Ever thought of New World as a scam or as a way for Amazon to make a quick buck? The game was a mess, and in some ways still is, that's for sure. But I've more than got my money's worth in terms of hours spent in this game and the memories that I've made playing it. And this is something that's reflected across the internet. Most people will agree that their initial playtime, the first time they played New World, was the most fun they've had in gaming in many years.
Yeah, I would say it's probably the most fun I've had in an MMO in, like, forever.
Probably some of the most fun I've had gaming during its peak. I really wish
Not gaming, though, but MMO, yeah.
things were handled differently so that it wasn't in the condition it's in now.
New World literally broke me. The amount I was playing that game and the amount I will still continue playing
Oh, God.
that shit game.
Shroud.
I love New World, but there's so many bugs and exploits.
For all of the people that are huge fans of New World, I am among you. Nobody plays 500 hours of a game that they hate.
And I mean, even looking at the Steam reviews, you can see that most of the not recommended posts are from people who have hundreds or even thousands of hours in the game.
Oh my god.
The biggest problem with New World,
Dude, I could never have 6,000 hours in this game.
again, this is my opinion, is that it launched way before it was ready.
Yep.
And as a result, it had an unbelievable amount of bugs, exploits, and an extreme shortage of actual content. However, if the game was to
I'll be honest, I didn't run into any of these bugs. Like, I just had content issues. Like, there's just not a lot to do once you beat it. And, like, even going through beating it, it's like the combat isn't complex enough when you're fighting people, or well, when you're fighting people it can be, depending on what weapon you're using. Like when you're using the bow and like the spear or something, like PvP combat is like, you know, kind of complex, but like PvE combat is just like run up to them, boom 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 boom, dead, boom boom boom, dead. And it's just like you gotta add like parries or something, like something interesting.
to launch back in 2021 with the version of New World we have now, or even the version that will be New World Eternum, I genuinely believe that opinions and sentiment towards the game would be better. From small improvements like being able to open your inventory on the move, save gear loadouts and equip them, and search through your storage sheds by perks and stats, to huge updates like new zones, new weapons, new item types, cross-server group finder, mounts, server layering, and a much...
Yeah, that mount update was crazy. I almost got back into the game and then like something else dropped and then I never really played that update, even though like it looked really cool.
better and more...
Like I got the mount and that was cool, but that was it.
cohesive questing experience, New World has improved a lot from its release to present day. So I guess the good news for console players is they'll hopefully get the release of New World that we should have had. And from a
definitely, they
PC
will.
player's perspective, the Fresh Start servers will have crossplay enabled, and New World Eternum will effectively be a free update for us. So if Amazon Games hasn't completely broken your heart and burned all the bridges that you have with them, you can jump in again and see if the game is more deserving of your time in 2024. Though, if you do want to get a mount or use the new flail weapon, or go from level 60 to 65 and enter into the Elysian Wild Zone, as a PC player, you will still need to purchase the Rise of the Angry Earth expansion. But as I mentioned at the start of the video, you can try out New World Eternum on PS5, Xbox, or PC. It'll of course be for free, and that starts on the 13th of September, and they're allowing a pre-download on the 11th of September. Now during this open beta, they are going to be capping us to level 30, and it's only going to be running for 3 days. I think part of this is just a marketing scheme again to give the console gamers a little hit, just a little taste of New World, get them hooked, and hopefully get some pre-orders.
I would say that the open world exploration, the entry level, the first 30 levels of New World is probably the most fun that you're going to have.
But there is going to be a skin you can earn for your account if you hit level 25 during the 3 days the open beta runs, if that's something you care about. To wrap up this video, we all know that New World has had a very turbulent history. I think there's still a lot to be said about Amazon's QA process, even to this day, as recently as our Season 5 update. There was like huge glaring bugs that made it into the game. So
I also
whether
just think a lot of
history
the
isn't just
skins
going to
look
repeat itself
stupid.
with New World Eternum, I mean, time will only tell, but it would seem it's unlikely, unfortunately. However, I do genuinely believe from a new player's perspective, especially from the console player's perspective, New World is like a really fun game. The first 100, 200, maybe hopefully at this point, like even 500 hours you put in the game is going to be really fun. But ultimately, is this going to save New World? It would seem likely not, but nonetheless, I am going to be playing the Fresh Start servers, and I am actually looking forward to it. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below.
I think that we might do that on stream. Maybe. It depends. If there's like nothing crazy that comes out, I'll do it.
About this whole New World Eternum shenanigans. Is it something you guys are going to try out? Have Amazon basically burned all the bridges and any trust that you have in them? I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, you either have somewhat of an interest in New World still, you found the content I've made here interesting, or you're just Asmongold reacting to this video on your stream. In any of these scenarios, make sure you click or tap that subscribe button. You can get notified when I release new videos. A lot of them are on New World here on the channel. And of course, if you enjoyed this particular video, make sure to leave a like. It helps out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm kind of interested how that's going to work, because like that new last update was actually really good, at least from what I saw. I didn't play too much of it though, which means like maybe when this new thing drops, I'll have to play through the whole thing. It'll be like a new experience, so it's like you won't be like the only one doing it, because like that's the problem. Like when you're playing it and like everyone's already max, you're just kind of like, you know. But yeah, subscribe to Baggins TV. That was a really good video, and like the video, you know? It's awesome if you liked it. Anyways, remember to subscribe and like to my channel, though.